Welcome back, everybody, to Facetious, episode 148, season 3, episode 44, brought to you on Monday, November 19th, 2018, at approximately 6:05 p.m. I am one of your hosts this evening. I am Larry, aka Bluemanrule, and I am joined, as usual, by my main daming, none other than Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. What's up, dog?
What's up, dog?
Just smacking. Now,
man, bro. Okay, so first of all,
hold on. We can't get in stories yet. Let's get to the guests.
No. I'm just saying that these cookies are chain, and I don't know why I always end up snacking right before this show. Like, I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is, man. I think it's habit. But look, joining us to our virtual north is the Canadian gamer himself. I mean, he knows himself as many different things. Generally, it's OMG in it somewhere, and he was my co-conspirator on Gamers Unscripted, but it is none other than Sean, aka Xiantayne from the OMG Hour. What's going on, man?
Hey, the Canadian gamer. Is that really who I am now?
I mean, look. I say "the" because you got your signature across everything at the OMG Nexus, so I have to say "the." You know what I mean?
I'll take it. I will take it.
That's what's up. What's going on, Simpson? So we got my boy Simpson up here in the chat. So shout outs to Flo. But it's good to have you here, man. We got some. I think we have some pretty funny things to talk about today. Most of them begin with the letter M. It just happened to work out that way. It was not anything of my own doing.
Wow.
Yeah. So it ended up working out this way. So listen, I can't remember which podcast I was listening to, y'all, but I find it utterly hilarious that Hasbro. Hold on, let me pull my seat up and get my seat up. There we go. I feel it hilarious that Hasbro has decided to make Monopoly for millennials.
Oh my gosh!
Are you familiar with this? Have you seen this?
Well, you know what's funny.
I've only seen the box.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen the box. I've seen the announcement. You shared your idea for this show with it, and that was the first time I'd seen it. And the very next day, Larry, I saw it. It was just coincidence. That's like, okay, this is what Larry's talking about. This is ridiculous. What the heck? Right.
So the subtitle on the box is is like, forget property, because who can afford it anyway?
You can't afford it anyway.
Yeah, you can't afford it anyway. It's like they taking so many digs, man. So check this out. Hasbro just released it. It's already sold out of Walmart. It sells for $19.88.
What?
Yeah, it's already out of stock, B. It's already out of stock. They got a hashtag as a symbol. They have a cat, like a penguin, and so the whole thing is, Monopoly, if you racked up the most property and the most money, you won. Well, it's not about money anymore. Now it's about racking up these life experiences.
Yes, taking selfies. And,
yes,
I don't even get it. I don't get it. Like, seriously, what is this?
Are we outdated? Because we don't understand the whole joy of taking literally on the box, the Monopoly man has a cell phone taking a selfie, holding a Starbucks in the other hand.
Yes,
exactly.
Son. I mean, we talked right before the show started. We talked about our children, and there is a disconnect between me and my child that's happening right now.
Oh, really?
And my child is 10 years old, and she has a cell phone. As most of the children her age have cell phones at this point. I ain't had no cell phone until I was 28. So,
man, I had no cell phone till my freshman year in college when I went out of state to go to school.
My girls didn't have cell phones until they were in high school.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
So, but she gets really jazzed about showing me her Musical.lys.
Or her what? Her Musical.lys?
Musical.ly. Musical.ly is an app where you kind of sing or mouth along to short music clips. It's kind of like what was the little short videos?
Vines.
They're kind of like Vines, but with actual licensed music, but they're really short clips.
Okay.
So you and she is super jazzed about this. And one day she had a like kind of a chill day at school, and she made like 20 of these, and I'm just like,
wow,
you couldn't find anything else better to do with your time.
Right.
But damn, it's I was just me and two of my friends, we were just kind of going around the school, just kind of making musicallys, and then I made a bunch when I was at home, and I was just like, again, you couldn't find anything else better to do.
And now, do they go and share these? Is this like an Instagram thing?
It's kind of a social network, with a little bit more. Actually, I don't know, because I refuse to download the app.
You see how he started it? It was like, I think it's well, you know what? I take that back.
I refuse to download that. Yeah. So I can only see the ones that she shares to me directly. Like when I try to when I pull it up on a website or on my phone or something like that.
Right.
I can't watch anymore because I don't have the app.
Okay.
But man, this is something very important to her. And it's just like the whole selfie thing and stuff like that. See, I never got into selfies. I guess at some point you kind of understand what, I'm
right.
me. Mm-hmm. And I do this every day. Like, this is all me. I do this every day. So I don't really need to take pictures of me. I like taking pictures of other stuff. Like, I don't really like taking pictures of me.
Yeah, right. No, I hear you. I take pictures of a lot of things, and I realized this year I started doing more selfies, only because I realized as I'm going through the history of my photos, there's lots of pictures of my family. There's none of me. I should start taking more selfies just for my own posterity reasons. You know what I mean?
Right. Were you even there is a question. They're gonna be like, "Where's Daddy?" Well, somebody had to take the picture.
my sister posted this thing on Facebook, and they have just a bunch of stupid stuff on Facebook. But one of these things is if you're my family, drop a selfie. And I just went through my phone, and I was just like, I have no selfies.
Right?
I could take one.
I got two.
But the fact that I already don't have one is proof that I don't need one. I've survived this long without it.
Right. It's valid, man. So, okay. So can everyone, I'm going to go ahead and present this to everyone so everyone can see it. Okay. You see it says on the box, adulting is hard. First of all, adulting, you cannot make a verb out of the word adult.
Oh, you simply cannot. Adulting is a word, my friend.
Adulting is very much a word.
It should not be. I mean, it just simply should not be.
No, it shouldn't, but it is.
Yeah, and it's like you deserve a break from the rat race, and then like I said, forget real estate. You can't afford it anyway. It's just come on, B. Come on, B.
You know what? I gotta have this game just because.
I know it, right?
Right? Even if I never open it, I gotta add it to my collection.
Exactly, man. So that's how I view that thing as well. So I just found it kind of hilarious. I just found it kind of hilarious. I don't know why I get such a kick out of those things, but it's pretty funny.
Was Hasbro serious about this, or is it a joke for them? This is what I can't understand. Are they honestly saying this is a good idea? Or was it a joke?
It's their version of Fox News. It's a joke to them, but people don't see it as a joke.
Cha-ching, doo 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 doo. Simpson said he needs to make a monopoly for broke folks, like Monopoly in the ghetto. What? Who would want to own property though? Do you really want to own property?
Make a monopoly where you have to trade up. You start with a toothpick, and you have to trade up to eventually get, trade a toothpick for I don't know, something.
Right.
For a pencil.
Right.
Wasn't there a guy years ago?
Yes.
Did this whole thing where he started with a paperclip or something.
That's exactly what happened. That's what got me thinking of that. Right.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about, a monopoly for poor people, maybe that's the idea. You start with the most minuscule thing you can think of, and you have to trade it up until you get a house or a vehicle or something.
Right. That's crazy, man. I don't know.
I don't know. See, here's the problem with Brokopoly.
It's already got a name.
The problem with what you call it? Simpson put it in the chat.
Yeah.
So I didn't make that up. He said, you got to start with the government taking all your money.
Yeah,
true.
Not if you're in Canada, though, Sean. We're looking at you.
The government
Canadian?
The government takes 30% of my money.
Yeah, you think they not getting paid? Like that? The government gonna get paid.
Oh yeah, they gonna get paid. The government's getting paid every time.
Right. We just don't know very much about Canada, so we just think that they're all nice.
Oh, we're all just a bunch of Eskimos in igloos, right?
Right. Like the only thing we know about y'all is it's cold.
It's cold.
What else do the average American really know about Canada? Like, for real, we can't even sing the song. All we know is "Oh Canada."
Turn to the Black National Anthem at that point, like everybody mumbling and humming the rest of the words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I don't know the lyrics to your song either, my friend.
It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good.
We supposed to know this, but we neighbors. Like, we supposed to at least know something.
Hey, look. Okay, so my wife was watching because she's half British, so she was watching the wedding, right, with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, and so she was watching the wedding, and someone sang the American national, and then someone right after that sang the maybe it was a football game, and then someone sang the British national anthem, and I'd never heard that in my life.
No, I don't think I have either.
I had never heard that in my life. I was like, wow.
I was just
wow.
I just made me think. Do I know what the British national anthem is?
No, you don't. I don't know.
I know. God save the Queen.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I know the song that they play whenever there's something British. The dun 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 dun. So that ain't the song. So we all out right now.
It is God Save the Queen. That's a point for Sean. It is God Save the Queen, but
that is the national anthem.
That is the national anthem.
Oh, okay. Yep. So I was right. It is God's
national anthem of the UK and has been since 1977. Yeah.
All right.
Damn. Let me see if I can find this, because this is hilarious, and this is visual, so everybody on the thing ain't gonna be able to see this. But there's a meme, right, where somebody went through and found pictures of the Queen and matched them up with Steve Harvey suits, and it said the Queen dresses like she's about to go to prom with Steve Harvey.
That's hilarious. It's hilarious.
And it's all matched up. I'm trying to tell you. It's all matched up.
When you get it, share it. Like, put it on, make it there it is.
There it is.
Oh man, that's tough. That is tough. That's quite funny.
So
I like that.
That's a visual thing. I ain't got nothing. Look, if you on the podcast, you need to go find that or go see my Facebook page, because I shared it, because that was too hilarious.
That's great. That's awesome.
It's greatness. It's greatness. Sorry for the audio listeners, but y'all might see that as show art. So so one thing I wanted to move on to, since I have you here, Sean, is I think you all, I can't remember if it was last week or maybe it was a week before, where you guys talked about Mixer season 2, and I know I was listening to a couple other podcasts and they were talking about Mixer, and I have you on here, Sean, because I wanted to ask you about Mixer. Like,
actually, I don't use Mixer much at all because I'm more of a PS4 guy.
Right, and I know that, and so my question to you was, Mixer's latency is sub 1 second. It's under 1 second.
Yeah, it's supposed to be super fast. I wonder. I keep wanting them to bring it to PS4. Like, I don't understand why they're not.
And I think that was my question. Do you think it would be fruitful on PS4?
Absolutely. Why not? Right? Why is it only for Microsoft platforms? If it's so good and there's so many things you can implement, like the player or the viewer interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, Mixer brings something to the table that Twitch and YouTube does not.
Right.
So why are they not porting it to the PS4?
Because Sony never acts like they want to play ball with Microsoft at all. Like until they were forced to do cross-platform.
Right.
But like even if they were forced to do cross-platform, they dripping. Like they all right, we let y'all get a little bit here, we let y'all get a little bit there. Like we're not gonna turn this all the way on. I want y'all to know that. You know what I mean? That's what Sony like. I want y'all to know that we're not just gonna turn this on. Like what's gonna happen is we gonna let y'all get this Fortnite, and we gonna see how it go. And I'm really not trying to do anything else. So it's on you, dog.
And Sean, you guys have made. I think it was you guys that made a good point on the show before, where you were talking about, look, if you give me cross-platform play on my console, that's less money I got to spend on a different console. That means I can spend more money on my games here, and I know that I can interact with my other friends, so I don't have to buy a copy of the game over there. Right now, I can buy all your DLC and your season passes and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what we really need. This is something I don't know how they can make this work at this point in the game's life cycle, but what they need in order to save their dwindling player base is cross-platform Destiny 2. Like,
oh my gosh, I've been wanting that since Destiny 1.
Yeah, cross-platform Destiny 2 is the exact same game. Like, like all you got to do is just figure out how to connect it on the back end.
Right?
Maybe they can do that with 3, or maybe they could just work on some things like, like how all of the stuff that they worked on for the Taken King, where it just completely revamped the whole game. Like maybe add it with their little Taken King update. Now, personally, Destiny 2, I was really in up front, and then I just kind of lost it. I started all 3 characters.
So did I, my friend. I haven't played Destiny 2 in like probably a couple months now. I think I jumped on for one night with a couple of friends, JJ Mahoney and Aaron Foucault. But that's it. We try to get together, but it's a scheduling thing. But yeah, I haven't played it for a long time, and I have no reason to go back to Destiny 2 right now.
I stopped playing about 3 weeks before the first DLC, and I have not turned it on since.
Yeah.
What's amazing is that, so you guys know Sean he's been part of the OFRN Radio Network for a while, right? But the first couple of years, like 1 year, him and Cynics, Jeff and Tico, like they specifically him and Jeff played Destiny like pretty much most of 1 year. Yeah. And then the next year they played Destiny again. I was like, man, these cats serious.
Yeah. So Destiny 2 for some reason didn't have the same impact.
Right.
Even though it was a better game.
Yeah, I concur. Like the villain was a best. But can we?
It's KOTOR 2 all over again.
Oh, we could talk about Obsidian in a minute.
KOTOR 2 is a much better playing game than KOTOR 1. The story is slightly more interesting, but for some reason it just loses something in the course of playing it. And it's just like I had to like struggle to try to finish it, even though it was unfinished, except for on PC where you can get that patch. I struggled to get through the second half of the game. Kind of like how you struggled to get through the second half of Red Dead.
Yeah, man. Post Mexico was hard, son. Whew, it was tough.
Yeah,
that was tough.
And I ain't even bought Red Dead 2. Like when people started telling me like you got to take a bath and all kinds of extra stuff, I'm just like, bro, I gotta take a bath.
Red Dead 2 is. I am so disappointed.
And when you said that on the show, I was shocked, honestly, man. I was shocked. But go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to overdo what Red Dead, but I was really looking forward to this game. I love the original. I couldn't put it down, and there's just nothing about Red Dead 2 that makes me want to go back and play. I want to go back and play Assassin's Creed Odyssey every day.
That's a great game, number one,
right?
And number two,
absolutely. Yeah. But Red Dead, as beautiful as it is, and like it's a gorgeous game. It is the first photorealistic game I think I've ever seen.
Really?
Like it's literally photorealistic, in my opinion.
Horizon Zero Dawn?
No, Red Dead.
No, I'm just saying. Like, did you not play Horizon?
I did. Dude, Horizon's going to be my next tattoo. Horizon Zero Dawn is like one of my all-time favorite games.
It's great.
I found Horizon, yes, it's a beautiful game, but it's also colorful to the point where it's a little less photorealistic because it's so colorful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I only play like an hour. So
yeah, no, it is a gorgeous game. Don't get me wrong; it's a beautiful game. But there's something about Red Dead because the colors are a little bit muted that they have a little bit more of a photorealism to them. That's what I found about it. Anyway.
Okay.
But there's nothing about that game that makes me want to play. It feels like a chore to play the game.
And that's what Ace and a lot of people were saying is like, man, I got a real life. I got a job. I got kids. I have things I have to do. Like, why would I want to replicate that in a game?
Yeah, I gotta take a bath in real life. That's why I don't want. That's why I never want to play The Sims. Like,
or shave, or like I hate shaving in real life. Why do I want to do it in a game?
Right.
That's valid.
You know,
that's valid, man.
But also the thing that really gets me about, and this is the biggest thing for me in Red Dead, is it is so unbelievably slow. You know, like the movement speed is painfully slow. I actually, and I'm not even kidding, I'm not exaggerating when I say this, I feel anxious when I'm trying to get somewhere because it is so slow.
Really?
You know, just get there. Like if you're walking through the camp, you know, to get from one side to the camp to the other.
Okay.
Like, can you move a little faster, please? I don't have all night.
Hey, let me tell you, man. So not only does that game do it, but I'm switching back and forth between Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, both of which I got from Sean, both of which are phenomenal games.
Yes.
And
they move fast.
Yes. But even then, even when you're in town, your traversal speed slows down.
It slows down, but not to a painful slowness.
Right. But I wonder why. I understand that the game developers want us to take in everything that they've crafted, right? But to a point, man, that's like the Gears walk. You remember like the Unreal Engine walk in Gears and Batman. Scar already know. Let me tap that ear and you slow down, right? Because it's trying to load everything else in the background. And
but at least that's a cutscene.
Yeah.
That's not you playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, when I press forward, I expect to go. You know, I mean, there's a thing called analog control sticks, which means that the more I push the stick, the faster I should go.
Right.
And when I'm pushing the stick all the way forward and I can only walk.
Yeah, it's a problem.
You know, that's a problem. And the walk isn't that fast to begin with.
Right. No, man, it's just so for me, I guess, so to bring it all the way back around to good old Mixer, like I really like the platform. I've been on it from like the ground level, and I really want to increase what I do out there. And that's why when I play my games on my PC, I use Restream, and it pushes out to Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube simultaneously. So
that's cool.
But I really like Mixer a lot more because just that interactivity is especially during Extra Life, Sean. Like when you do that, like your interactivity with people is almost constant. It is greatness. So
I like the whole thing where I don't know if I don't know if it's available on the others because I don't really do a whole lot on like Twitch or anything like that. You know, I tend to watch videos that are after the fact. I don't really watch a lot of live streams, but I tend to watch stuff on YouTube. But like when I'm on Mixer and like, you know, I see Ace playing that game that's like Left 4 Dead with aliens. I can't remember the name. It's Earth something. The fact that I can, you know, just by watching, I earn points that I can use to either help or harm the situation. You know what I mean? Like when Ace was like about to die, like I had enough points. I pressed a button and he got a health pack. Or when he ran out of bullets, I pressed a button and he got ammo. You know what I mean? Or I could press a button and release some enemies into You know, like I like that kind of stuff. And I didn't really experience that in like Twitch or anything like that. But then again, I tend to watch games like RimWorld live.
Right. Yeah.
But Scarfinger, you were talking earlier about, Sony doesn't want to play fair, or they don't want to play along with Microsoft. And I agree that Sony definitely is resistant to playing with everyone else. But when it comes to something like Mixer, it's just an app, really. It's a Microsoft created app, no different than Twitch or YouTube streaming.
Well, you notice that you got Skype either.
No, right. I know. I don't really care about Skype on a console, but Microsoft doesn't have Skype on a console either because Kinect is dead.
You can still use it, but I hear what you're saying.
But Mixer is just a streaming app, so it's not that they, unless I don't understand how it works in the back end, they don't need PlayStation or Sony to play nicely to launch an app for the PlayStation. I mean, Minecraft is on PlayStation. That's a Microsoft app.
Right. But it was Minecraft was launched before it became a Microsoft property, and
not on PlayStation 4 though. I don't think.
Really?
I don't think so. I think it was owned by Microsoft before it hit PlayStation.
Well, so the whole thing is, Sony is really, really, I guess they're very insistent upon keeping everything in house, right? So they're very insistent. They don't really want to let anyone do anything that's relative to any other platform. And that's why they've been so reluctant for the crossplay. I think that's why they're going to be reluctant for Mixer, which I think is a shame, because as good as the PlayStation is, like PlayStation to me, it's a great console. As good as it is,
it's a boring console.
Well, not necessarily, because honestly, everything that we, like you said, Scar, like people say, hey, I got it for the exclusive, but when you look up how many people on your friends list actually playing the exclusive, right?
Not very many.
So
for real, Spider-Man was hot for a good week when it launched.
Yep. Like, that's all it took for me to finish it.
people say that the exclusives are worth it, but I'm just like, I don't have as many friends as I have on Xbox or on PlayStation. But when I look at my friends list, they're playing the same thing as everyone else. They're playing the Fortnites.
Right.
They're playing the 2Ks. They're playing the Maddens. They're playing the Call of Duties. Like they're playing the same stuff everybody else is playing. And like when the new hotness comes out, when the new exclusive comes out, it's good for like a good week. And then after that first week, everybody goes back to playing the same games. And it's like, well, you keep talking like these exclusives are worth it. They don't seem to be worth it to the actual player base, as opposed to being worth it to you, stereotypical fanboy.
I hear what you're saying in regards of if Sony has what, 75, almost 80 million consoles out there now.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and so when God of War does great and sells 5 million, you're like, okay, but there's another 70 out there for you to get. You know what I'm saying? But Rockstar is honestly probably going to finish this generation with Red Dead Redemption on probably about 30 million of them. So you think about that. Think about that footprint within that entire consumer base. That's a lot, right?
It's huge.
Yeah. So,
but that's also across both platforms and PC.
Right. True. But here's the thing. GTA 5 sold what, like 45 million? It's sold a lot. Yeah, it is ridiculous. But I don't know, man. Like I think that so I hope that Sony comes around on with Mixer and everything. So
I don't understand why Sony has to come around at all on Mixer,
because they still have to allow it on their marketplace, I guess.
Well, yes, they have to allow it, but I mean, how is that any different than allowing Twitch? That's all I'm getting at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand you completely. Like, and for me, that would be my justification. This is simply an app, man.
It's just a streaming app. Sony makes nothing from Twitch or YouTube streaming. So why why not allow mixer? I don't get it.
Because they don't have to. And that's been their whole thing, this whole generation. This whole generation, they've been in such a lead that they just don't have to do anything. Like they can literally put out a piece of crap that just looks good, Killzone and The Order. And like they can put out whatever they want to. Like people talk about the exclusives, but like how many of the exclusives are actually truly worth it? Outside of how it actually looks. I can name three. I named three: Horizon,
God of War,
Spider-Man,
and Spider-Man,
which was all like within the last year and a half.
Yep.
Right. Because their exclusive prior to that was Destiny.
The Detroit Become Human. That was fantastic.
Yeah, you like that a lot. I know you're a huge fan of Until Dawn as well.
That was released and it just kind of like went away. Like,
no, I know it.
No one was really talking about it.
I hear you, but it's unbelievable. That game, I have talked to several friends who've played it, and every time we talk about it, we all experienced a different story.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was around the time when I played Heavy Rain. Like Heavy Rain was at the beginning of my podcast, and it's still until like TalkShoe had their issues and erased all of the old episodes. Those 5 episodes that me and my ex-wife did at the time were still being downloaded years later.
Yeah. I've always loved was it Quantic Dream?
Yeah.
Quantic Dreams. Mm-hmm. I've always loved their games. Beyond Two Souls, I played through twice back to back. It was so good. Wow. And I just wanted to experience the other side because that one was less there was sort of like 2 choices kind of thing, right? In that game. So I wanted to experience the other choice. But in Detroit, there are so many choices that can change the story that 2, 3, even 5 people playing this game can have completely different outcomes. And that's incredible.
That's
I like the way they did the pathing.
Yeah,
that's what people wanted from Mass Effect.
Yep. All right, so guys, we all have kids. Some of us older than others. And listen, why can't my kid take care of his car? So,
it's funny you put this in here because my middle daughter bought a car about 2 months ago, and my youngest just bought a car today.
Oh, wow.
So this is interesting. You put this topic in here.
All the cars you got to take care of. Word up.
Man, it's so crazy because my son's old vehicle, I had taken it to the shop. We had to get it looked at because it was making a noise. Just made a noise the other day at church. We're like, hey, you need to get that looked at. Went in. So within his valves, at first, because we heard it, they were like, well, maybe just need to get valve fittings redone, right? Because you could kind of hear it moving up and down. Well, it's because he didn't check the oil.
Oh my gosh!
Didn't check the oil, he switches it during the on the times for the sticker, so either the mileage or the date recommendation to get your oil changed.
Yeah,
but his vehicle leaks and he doesn't pay attention. And I was like, son, your vehicle is leaking. You need to take a look at that. So his oil got really, really low, like down to like 2 quarts out of 5, right? Oh. So we took the vehicle in, and on Friday we took it in, and they examined it. They examined it earlier in the week or last week, and then they said, okay, Friday we'll fix it. So they went in to do the valve fittings. They changed them all out. It was going to be like almost $700 after taxes, right?
Ouch.
They couldn't fix the problem. However, good mechanic, they didn't charge me. They switched the valves out and everything, and they were like, so here's the thing. The car's probably not going to last, but about another 5,000 to 7,000 miles. If you drive conservatively, it'd be about a year. And he drives conservatively. So I'm like, well, son, I told you before when the last one got totaled that this vehicle will be the last one we buy you. So you got to figure out a plan, buddy. And I just walked out. You got to figure out how to play it, homie.
So, Larry, there's your mistake right there. Is you bought him a car. Yep. I did not buy my kids the car. They saved their own work money because they're all working. They saved. Esri saved her money, bought a car. Like 2 weeks after getting her license, she bought a car. And then Sydney, who just got her full license last week, she bought a car today, and we pick it up tomorrow.
Man, that's nice.
But it's their money, and I took them out there to look at it. I gave them my opinion, and I said, "But it's your decision. You're paying for the car. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but here's what I think." You know, and that's the decision. But Esri's been really good. I haven't had her come to me about the car at all. She actually went and got herself an oil change on her own. She took care of it, and I'm hoping Sydney does the same.
Right. So, yeah, man.
I went and got an oil change this weekend. It was recommended that I got an oil change on my car in December, and I just got it.
Son.
And I just got it yesterday. So, yeah.
So yeah, I'm surprised your car's still running, but it's a Toyota, right? So it's fine.
Yeah, but I literally only drive it back and forth to work, and my commute is 8 minutes at most.
But that's like the hardest on the car because
I don't give a shit about this car. Look, I want it to die. I want it to die.
No, you don't. You don't want a payment, B. I'm telling you.
I drive a 98 Corolla. I need something else.
My wife is driving a 98 Pontiac Sunfire.
Okay, there you go.
Know what I mean?
There you go.
20-year-old car.
Hey,
and
man.
It's still driving.
My boy Simpson. Shout out to my dude Simpson. He has I think it's a 2012 Audi A5.
So you say Audi, woo, buddy.
Yeah, but listen,
parts, bro.
Listen, but listen though, it ain't even about that. He still had and was still driving just through last year a 96 Saturn Ion.
Oh man,
yes,
I drive a Saturn Ion.
Yeah, man.
I love my Ion.
Simpson.
Hey, dog. Simpson is so he has it right, but it's just like to get him back and forth. If he ain't out here trying to impress, he ain't gonna jump into the new whip. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need jumping into the new whip. If you could jump into the old whip and still get along, why not jump into the old whip and still get along? They don't need putting those city miles on the nice whip. You know what I mean? So,
2006, my wife and I bought a brand new Saturn Ion. First car we ever bought, brand new, 2006. In 2016, it was a 10-year-old car, still beautiful. Like it was never had an issue with it ever. I got rear-ended.
Oh, it's tough,
and it was a write-off. We found a 2007 Saturn Ion for less money than the insurance gave us.
Nice. So
basically, the same car we were already driving. A one model year newer with 100,000 kilometers less on mileage on it.
Oh, you got a deal, son.
Right?
You got a deal.
It's like $3,400.
Okay, you got to do some exchange rates. So we don't know kilometers.
You talking about kilometers? I knew it was coming. You talking about imperial units?
It is. I believe it's 1.6 kilometers in a mile.
Okay. So what 60%? So 60% of what that is. Yeah.
I had
60,000 miles.
I had something like 212,000 kilometers. So I don't know what that is in miles. And then I bought the new one and it was at 120.
I'm just gonna do the typical.
So
American
70,000 miles.
Right.
The new one, okay? 70,000.
Whatever you say.
Versus 140,000. Okay.
All right. So it's good though, man. I mean, that's good. But yeah,
I love my Ion. I love my Saturn.
Hey, it's like Simpson says, jump into the old whip to get by. Hashtag po pimping. Like that's what it has to be, man. Like you jump into the old whip to get by. Because I'll tell you, once I finish the payment on this little Camry out here, man, I do not want another payment for some years. Right? Straight up. I do not want another payment for some years.
I got rear-ended, and all I could think of was, I don't want to get rid of my car.
Yeah, I understand, man. But so listen, I All right, 6:45. So we about 40 minutes in. We got 20 minutes left. I'm gonna get through these last two things, and then we're going to consumption. Last two things. So I was listening to the Game Enthus. Shout outs to Aaron, Tiny, Mike. Shout outs to all them cats. Was listening to them, and they were talking about McDonald's. Now look, guys, I worked at McDonald's when I was an undergrad. Therefore, I don't eat there anymore. Right. So
the same way I don't go to GameStop no more after I work there.
Right. So that he was talking about this. He was talking about this experience in McDonald's where now they have touchscreens.
Yes. Touchscreen order screens.
Yeah, I was in a Burger King yesterday in Potomac Mills, and they have touchscreens also.
Okay, but when I go to a place for customer service, I need some person to help provide the service.
You can still go to a person.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. He was explaining it. So listen to. So his story was like, okay. He was like, so I walked up to the counter, to the register, like whatever, you know. And he was like, everybody was staring at me and my family. Like this was his first time going. It's like they were staring at us. Yeah, and he was like, they stared at me like I stole something. And he's like, I was looking around, and they were like, and he was like, yeah, we ready to order. And then they said, okay, you got to go to the touchscreen. He was like, all right, that's cool. I'm a gamer. You know, I can figure this out. So he goes over to the touchscreen. The story is hilarious. He goes over to the touchscreen, and he wants like that little deal where they have like all those items for $6, where you get like a fry, a burger, a drink, an apple pie, whatever. Yeah. And he's there, and he's like, man, the options are like so buried in the menu. He's like, I felt stupid. He's like, I couldn't figure it out.
Bro. And this happened to me like a week ago. What happened was somebody had told me that the McRib was back. So okay. You know, the fat brother I am, I'm going to see about this McRib. So I walk in. It's a busy time. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, like doing my lunch. So it's like 1 o'clock. I go to the touchscreen. I can't find no McRib. And I'm like, yo, like, if you gonna order this, I mean, if you gonna have this, at least have it so that I can actually order this. Until I just said bump it and just went to go talk to the lady at the counter, and she just took my order just like normal. And I'm like, if you are available to take my order just like normal, why is this even here?
Right. And then he said, okay, I felt like a dummy because I couldn't figure it out. And then he said that's what he did with his whole family. Everybody wants a $6 thing, right? So, you know, they had 4 people there, you know, worked out okay. Right. And, but he said that, of course, he didn't get the training that the people standing behind the cash registers got in order to learn the machine. Then this is ridiculous. So they send him back to the machine. He makes his order. He wants to pay in cash. Machine don't take cash.
No,
he got to go back up to the cashier.
That's right.
So after they looked at him all crazy and sent him way back there to the touchscreens, he had to come all the way back up to the front
just to
pay him. Yeah. Man,
why you just take my damn order from the beginning?
Well, that's
crazy.
I don't know why he was sent to the touchscreen, because you're supposed to be able to just go, because you don't have to use them. Mm-hmm. But I have a great touchscreen story. I went in because I liked using the touchscreen, because there was a time when McDonald's, at least here in Canada, had a create your own burger.
All right, word up.
So, and they had all tons of different toppings, like toppings you wouldn't normally get, right? Which is great. And because I do low carb, so I don't want the bun. They can do lettuce wrap. So I do
right.
2 patties, a lettuce wrap, the like aioli mayonnaise, like hot peppers, like you name it. They've got these cool toppings, right? Mm-hmm. And I go through and I pick what I want. Double bacon, of course. And I go through.
He said, "Of course," like it was a question.
There's no question. Double bacon, yes. I put it through and I pay for it. I at the time I paid with my iPhone.
Okay.
And then it says, you know, just take a number and you sit down, and then it gets brought out to you. Okay.
Nice.
And so I'm sitting, and this was lunchtime. I just right around the corner from work, and I'm just sitting there and I'm waiting. 25 minutes. I'm waiting. This isn't right. So finally, a manager sees me waiting. She comes over. She says, "Are you waiting for a build your own burger?" I said, "Yeah, it's been like 25 minutes. She says, "Oh, okay, something's wrong. Let me see your receipt." And she goes back. She found out that as I submitted my order 25 minutes ago, they had some glitch or some reset of the kitchen monitors, so the order never went to the kitchen.
What?
Right? So she took my receipt and she personally made sure the burger was ready. She got the whole order ready, threw in a brownie for dessert, and refunded my money.
You got brownies?
Like, yeah,
that's customer service, son.
Like the fat part of me is just like, oh, y'all got brownies.
So not only did I get my meal plus an extra dessert, I got it for free.
That's what's up, man. Now Simpson said, number one, I'm gonna read this verbatim. Say, create your own burger is some real Canadian shit. Like that's what he said. But he said in America.
Gone now, and let me tell you how disappointed I am that they got rid of it. It was really good. Like honestly, it was a good burger.
Awesome. Now he said in America it is you better take this burger and don't ask for anything else. Now here's my thing.
And what you call it? Mark and a different Mark. The Prophet Mark. Prophet Mark.
Prophet.
I said, I'm not patient when I'm hungry. And then he said, there would be murders.
Yeah, there would be murders.
I mean, for real? Like, for real? Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah, you way more patient than me, bro. 25 minutes? Come on,
25 minutes.
That happened to me with the McRibs, bro. Like, that really happened. Like,
the McRibs?
Because this is what she said. It was taking forever. And what had happened was she said, you know, the McRibs are made to order. So like we don't make them until you order them. So like everybody that was coming in was like getting their food and leaving. And I'm just sitting there like, bruh, what's happening here? And so I was sitting there for about that long.
Oh, for real.
I ain't getting no brownie, dog. Like, so I'm like really.
So you taking it personal at this point?
I'm really upset right now. Like, this is it. This is like something in my soul. But like, I
want my brownie.
Yeah, for real. Like, first of all, I'm gonna need y'all to get some brownies, preferably with some walnuts. You know what I mean? Because it ain't
with some walnuts. You going with walnuts?
The walnuts. Friend, if I could send you brownies, my wife makes the most amazing brownies, and she makes banana brownies with this like maple icing on it. It is like to die for. If I could send them to you fresh, I would.
Man, But my thing is, Xiantayne, you say you're good with the touchscreen. I had this conversation with Simpson earlier in the week. Bruh, have you seen the ball pit at McDonald's? Have you seen the kids? Do you know this is flu season? Have you seen kids picking noses? Have you seen adults picking noses?
Touching a public touchscreen.
A public touchscreen when I'm about to put food in my body. What is?
And y'all ain't got no hand sanitizer on the wall.
Ain't nan bit of hand gel working around there anywhere. So
I need one of those. What's his name? Old boy from Mass Effect. The Prothean.
The Prothean. You talking about Javik?
Yeah, Javik.
Yeah.
I need your touchscreen to be like underwater, like his little thing.
Yeah.
But I need all that top layer to be hand sanitized.
Right, and I need
now that here in Canada, Tim Hortons has an app that you can put your order in before you even get there.
Yes, nice. McDonald's does that now.
McAllister's Deli does that. A lot of people do that now, which I think is phenomenal, man.
Yeah, and they have like, look, here's the worst thing about McDonald's. Like, if you actually have to get out your car to go to McDonald's, like the one where you order on your phone and they bring it out to you is the worst thing ever because they took 2 prime parking spots right there up front.
Right.
To accommodate these jerk bags who couldn't just wait 20 minutes and possibly get a brownie. This is ridiculous.
Scar about that brownie, dog. Clearly that brownie touched him in his soul. It got him in his soul. But all right.
It wasn't just a brownie though, Larry. It was a free brownie.
That's true. That makes it a little better. It's a special type of sugar in it or something.
I mean, like free brownies taste like it got sprinkles in it. You know what I mean? Like,
and rainbows. You know what I mean? Like it just
it tastes. I mean, free brownies taste like how you would believe unicorns smell. Like,
right.
It's all about the free brownies. I hear you.
That's it.
I hear you.
So my question is, guys. So I was reading this article, just this morning actually, and I put it in the notes, and it made me ask the question. So I'll get to what the question is. So looking down through here, there was a study that was done on weight loss. And what they looked at were two basic. It was the British Medical Journal. They looked at a low carb diet, and then they looked at a lower carb diet replaced by higher fats. And the data came back
low fat. One was low fat. One was low carb. Basically.
Yes. One was low fat. One was low carb.
You said low carb for both.
I said low carb replaced with the low carbs. Lower carbs will replace with.
That's not what you had said.
That's exactly what I said. Play the tape. Run the tape. Run the tape. Anyway, run the tape, anyway, it says effects of a low carbohydrate diet on energy expenditure during weight loss. Random. Hold on. It's what they found basically is that the one with the fat in it, they actually lost more. Or
no, that's not what they said.
Yes, that what did they say then? Lowering. Lowering. It said it increased. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. The one with the fat. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So low carb, higher fat. You actually burn more calories.
Yes. Okay. Yes. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
I seen a TED talk where a lady was saying that's
which is crazy.
A doctor said that's how she treats diabetes.
Absolutely.
Because fat ain't the problem with diabetes. So do what you want to with the fats and you'll be fine. Just leave the carbs alone.
Right, because of the sugars or the carbs.
Now I can attest to this because about 10 years ago, I went on a low carb lifestyle, and I still, for the most part, live a low carb lifestyle because I have found personally that wheats and anything that's basically high carb, sugars, wheats, I gain weight really, really easy if I eat those things. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have to limit that for my own. That's just, I've noticed that in my own personal body.
Right.
But 10 years ago, I lost 90 pounds in 10 months on a low carb lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I kept it off for years. And it wasn't until around Christmas one year when my wife does all her amazing baking that right. I decided to consume said baking.
Right.
And started gaining some of it back. So, but I absolutely believe that's true. A low carb lifestyle, because if you look at the trend of obesity in America, and that includes Canada, it started around the 70s when the whole low-fat craze came into being, right? And the thing is, if you understand how flavor in foods work, fat is flavor.
Yep,
okay,
absolutely.
When you remove the fat, what do you have to do to get flavor back in? You have to add sugar, okay? Sugar and fat are both what enhance flavor. So if you're removing the fat, you're adding sugar. So if you were to take a regular fat product and look at the ingredients beside a low fat product, you'll find the low fat has more sugar in it.
And it made me think, because I grew up with my grandmother, who was a nurse, but we grew up on a farm, and then we moved to my small town when I was a little bit older. But she always used to, at New Year's, she had black-eyed peas and hog joes, right? So
hog joes?
Yes, don't even ask, please.
I have to.
Basically, it's just hog fat. It is legitimately hog fat. And she would always say, if you want good luck, you need to eat at least 7 black-eyed peas, which was never a problem because I legitimately like black-eyed peas. And you need to eat just 7 pieces of this fat. It's good for you. And now looking at the study, my grandma, who was a nurse, was right. The fat is really good.
So it is good for you. There's certain fats that aren't, obviously, right. Like the trans fats, I believe, are not good for you. I think that's what's not good for you is the trans fats.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in any other way than actually trans fats. Anyway,
I'm with you.
Some fat trans person is mad.
Exactly, right? And I'm not going there.
Right.
But fats.
Chaz Bono is real.
Here's the thing, though. If you're going to do a higher fat diet, you also have to make sure you're not doing a high sugar diet at the same time.
Yeah.
It has to be one
or the other
type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Yeah, a few years ago, I lost a lot of weight, but that was a low food diet because I lost my job, and
low funds diet.
It's a low funds diet. Like it's amazing what you can do when you I was still eating all right, but I couldn't eat as good as I was.
Right.
I was still eating quantity. All right. Yeah, it was lower quantities and stuff like that, and I was still all right. But I became like under 300 pounds for the first time in a very long time on my low funds diet.
I got down to like 180 for like I don't remember since when. You know what I mean? Like like I was under 20 years old the last time I was 180.
Yeah,
and it felt good to get down that low, and I wish I could have kept it. I'm trying to get back there now. But the thing with the way the body works is you're either burning fat for energy or you're burning sugar. Mm-hmm. The body will burn sugar first.
Yep.
So if you really want to go on a low carb keto diet, you know, if you want your body to get into ketosis, you have to limit the amount of sugar. Otherwise, it's just going to burn sugar first.
Which is like, what is it, 30 grams a day or something like that?
20 grams to really kick off ketosis.
20 grams. Okay. I knew it was mad low. But all right. So, Sean.
Yes.
Real quick. I know you're about to take a sip. You watch the Arrowverse and a lot of those shows like we do too. And so, bruh, so you don't have to convince me and Mike. We in there, bruh. Like we even watch Black Lightning and all of that.
Supergirl.
No, dude, Supergirl's awesome. I don't watch Black Lightning.
No.
Okay. I am going to watch Black Lightning. I'll tell you the only reason. Listen, look at him. The only reason I'm not currently watching it is because it's not actually part of the Arrowverse.
Not yet.
True.
Okay, that's the only reason I'm not currently. I do want to watch it. I do want to catch up on it, but it's not part of the Arrowverse, so it's not high on my priority right now.
And I will tell you, Sean, if you haven't really grown up kind of in the hood, the vernacular that they use on there is really aimed toward people who kind of grew up in the hood, right?
So I didn't enjoy the premiere episode. I watched the premiere episode of Black Lightning, and I really didn't like it.
It actually is much better than Mark said. Supergirl, I tried. Like
we all did. I guess only one of us actually like.
I know I enjoy Supergirl. I've really enjoyed it since the beginning. So.
I'm hearing this season, and let me tell you my major complaint.
I don't like this season.
Can somebody teach her how to punch? Like for real? Like, can somebody teach her how to punch, please? Like when it's not the stunt double,
it's simply
or a digital recreation when it's actually her throwing the punch. She can't punch, bruh. Like how you a Supergirl and you can't punch? Like she do like this, like little kids, like little kids pull all the way back here, and like she does that. And I'm like, who is teaching you how to fight here?
Here's my thing, Sean. I figure when you have 3 seasons of a show or 4 seasons, I can't remember if she said 3. This
Supergirl?
Yeah.
Supergirl's
4. So when you're in 4 seasons, which is even worse, I kind of expect you to mature a little bit. I kind of expect you not to act out of emotion and wear your heart on your sleeve like a teenager. That's kind of what I've expected.
Still does.
And she still does. And
I told you, Supergirl is way too much. It's way too much CW as opposed to being more WB.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you could also say the same thing about Arrow, from the opposite perspective.
Right.
Like Arrow has gotten so dark and angry all the time.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
it gets grating on my nerves when he's so angry all the time.
But you know what? Here's the thing with Arrow. Like Arrow becomes a whole lot better for you when you just realize like he's just Batman. Like if he's just Batman. He's just Batman, and like you don't expect Batman to smile. Like when the last time you seen Batman smile?
One of these episodes, Scar. One of these episodes, while I'm watching Arrow, I'm just gonna yell out, "Swear to me!" Like one of these episodes is gonna come out because that's it. And like Mark said, like Legends of Tomorrow, I can't anymore.
I love Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of
Tomorrow is the light, silly version of the Arrowverse.
See, I take that as Flash. I think that's Flash. I think that's Flash's.
No, Flash is the camp. It's the campy.
Okay, camp. Yeah. Okay, I can see that, and yeah, I can see how
Legends of Tomorrow is the it's the Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's the comedy, like really, it's the comedy, silly, over the top, humorous take on.
My man got his nipple bit off in one of the first episodes of the season. Like that's how real it is. And that's how funny it is. Like my man got his nipple bit off, and they didn't even put it back. Like they got a unicorn, buy a demonic unicorn. Like that's how real it is. And they got a machine on the ship that can actually anything. Put stuff back, and it can replicate stuff, and ain't nobody offered to put his nipple back.
Right.
Buy a unicorn.
That's right.
Yeah, but a demonic unicorn.
So I'll say this about Legends. I'm enjoying season 2 now. Mike, you're right. I had to get to season 1. Season 1, drug. Oh my goodness.
The Vandal Savage stuff was just like terrible. The worst thing, like to have to base a whole season on that.
Yes.
And the Hawks. Once the Hawks were gone, it was on and popping.
Yeah, it got a lot better. Like right now they just I think I'm about to start episode 5 where the lady from the JSA who has the animal chain and can switch powers and stuff, like she's
Maya.
Maya, right. So I'm like right there at that point.
I love Maya.
Maya's great. I agree with the first season. It was a slog. In fact, the first season I felt was such a slog that I honestly thought it was going to be canceled after the first season.
Oh, me too. I
really did. I honestly thought. I said, "There's no way." Now. Yeah, there's no way it's coming back, and it did. I'm happy it did, but I was sure it wasn't gonna.
Bro, it's tough. But all right. So, Sean, is there anything else that you have been watching that you want to let us know? Because after we get this consumption in, we're gonna get up out of here.
I've been watching Titans, the new show on DC Universe. And I'm actually surprised at how much I'm enjoying it. It's a really dark, gritty take on Teen Titans.
Okay.
But I'm really enjoying what they're doing with it.
F Batman, something like that.
Yeah, it's the one with the F Batman, and because it's their own network, they can do whatever they want. So there's a lot of F bombs. There's a lot of language in it that I think is unnecessary. But I think they feel like they need it to make them gritty. I think it's unnecessary personally, but I'm enjoying what they're doing with the characters. I like what they're doing with them and the story they're telling.
I might have to see about that on Cody. Like you're the second person this week within the last week that said like this is some good stuff here.
Yeah.
But I ain't about to pay for another app. That ain't about to happen.
I hear you.
I might look, depending on how I go, I might put something down on the Disney app.
The Disney stuff looks amazing. The the 2 Star Wars shows coming. I cannot wait. And then Marvel stuff they've announced.
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh, that Disney Channel is going to be huge.
Yeah, Blue, they're supposed to be doing your boy, and like between Netflix and this service, they're supposed to be doing your boy Moon Knight at some point.
And it's gonna be good. Yeah, Moon Knight's gonna be good, man.
Oh man,
Moon Knight's gonna be great. He's legit, man. He's like one of those. I liked a lot of the unsung heroes, man. I like the Daredevils. I like the Moon Knights. I like the Marvels. I like the people who people don't know a lot about, but y'all don't understand. They are monstrous when they get to slanging them things. Like, really, really good. So, but that's good, man. Scar. I know you've been on DC TV. Anything else extra you've been consuming?
Bro, if I wasn't watching it with my girl, I would have tapped out on Hank a long time ago, bro.
Oh yeah, Roll Pains. Yeah,
Hank man just got stupid, bro. I'm on like season 6 now.
Oh, you way further than me. I'm glad I stopped watching.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if I wasn't watching it with my girl, and like she gets on and she watches, like we supposed to be watching it together. She started watching episodes ahead of me, and I'm just like, all right, we good. You just tell me what happened. Like that's where I am with Hank right now.
That's where you are with Hank.
And it hurt me because I like Hank.
Yeah, Hank is good. I mean, he's good. He's a good character, man. I think they wrote him well. But yeah, some of those plots get real dumb, real quick. So
yeah, real dumb. And then The Good Place. The Good Place is so
that show is so great.
It's so great, and I'm trying to get Blue to watch it.
Dude,
I got such a backlog.
No, you got to just sit down on Netflix and watch it.
This got to jump your backlog, and it's a half an hour show, so it's a short show.
I like it.
It's great. I mean, half-hour comedies like that, like Good Place, The Goldbergs, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, I love
so funny. I love those shows.
Yeah, The Good Place is good. And like the last episode, Jenny got busy.
Right?
I didn't know spoilers for Blue.
But that last episode was I can't wait till the next episode to see what's going on.
Y'all in sync, man. All right, now Keith said we got to check out The Expanse. So I'll put that down on my list to check out.
That's one of those things that I'm gonna put on my list, and I ain't never gonna watch it.
I tried The Expanse.
I can't. And Mark said Atypical. Like, my girl started watching Atypical, and I just don't like. I don't really dig watching shows with these very stereotypical and kind of weird interpretations of autistic people. I got a nephew who's autistic, so
yeah, you can kind of take that in different ways. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. So now Mark says Sabrina on Netflix is good. He's the second person I know that said that, actually. That Sabrina.
Yeah, but it's real. Like, did you see they got sued by the Church of Satan?
Yes, I saw that.
They got because there is a statue.
Yep.
A Satanist statue in the show at some point, and they said that's our IP.
It's an exact replica of their own thing. Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly a replica of our thing, and we will need y'all to cease and desist. For real.
Oh my gosh, it seems so weird that this Church of Satan would want to stop a show like Sabrina. Like, is that not the kind of show you want people watching? I don't know.
Oh, there is some news. I'll get to that in my. So you done, Mike?
Yeah. And then if I only have one thing I want to talk about in games. And me and my baby started playing. I started her on Mass Effect 3 on Saturday.
Ooh, nice.
You finished 2?
She finished 2 during the summer.
Right. Okay. Good.
She finished 2. I had to help her. I had to help her through the end.
Okay.
Through the Sentinel. You had to help her defeat the Sentinel.
Yeah, I had to help her. I had to help her through the whole suicide mission because, like, she was like, "Oh, I don't know who to pick." I was like, "You gotta read what it says. Like, you need someone to be a leader here. So read and see who was in the military, who was a leader. Like that type of thing."
Right. That's cool, man. I'm happy for him, man. I can't wait till my youngest gets there because my oldest, he went through and he was like, "Yeah, it's great. It's phenomenal."
And also she lost Miranda's loyalty, so like I had to tell her what to do in order for Miranda to survive without her loyalty.
Oh, okay. Word up. All right, guys. So I started watching. I watched episode 1, and there's 7 episodes of that new show, Manifest. It's a good show, y'all.
Yeah, Chico was talking about that.
My coworker keeps talking about that. He's talking about something about some twins. One of the twins was on the plane, and now the twin that wasn't on the plane is like 5 years older or something.
Bruh,
yeah. So the basic idea of Manifest is there's just a plane that goes through some turbulence, and then when they land, they find that 5 years have passed.
5 years, dog. 5 years,
and everyone, basically everyone's families have moved
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So everyone on the planet essentially have moved on, thinking they were lost, and here they arrive 5 years later, safe and sound. It's like, well, where were they, and what's going on?
Scar, it get real. Even in episode 1, dog, it get real. Like,
does it get like flash forward real?
No, it get. No, it's not flash forward. It's like you've been gone 5 years, bro. So my life has changed a little bit, and in ways you probably wouldn't like. And dog, it gets real.
So like my man get on the plane. He going to see his girl, and then like he show up, and now she get piped down by a brother.
Yes, exactly.
Summarily, and then it's other things like, bruh, it is. Hey, the first episode, just the pilot episode. If you don't like it after the pilot, I could say, I normally say give it 3 episodes. If
I'm gonna wait for that, and I'm gonna wait for was it The Purge? I really want to watch The Purge.
I don't know if I want to watch The Purge. I don't know how you can take one night and spread it across an entire series.
But see, here's the best part about it. I don't know if this is actually in the show, but this is what I want to know. I want to know what happens the day after. And like all of the time in between purges where you go back to work the next day and somebody is like, what happened to Philip? Man, I had to kill Philip last night. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I had to kill Philip last night.
You know,
you're right.
Man. Like, man, that nigga keep drinking all the coffee. And he'll refill it. You know what I mean? Like, so like my man Philip had to go. So me and the family got together. We went to see about Philip. He was resistant. And we had to do the thing, right? But then it was like, but like, who's gonna run these TPS reports now? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, I want to know who
the purge the day after.
Right, that's what I want to know. I want to know what happens after a purge and like how these people go about the rest of their lives, right? Knowing that like for this one night they just did whatever they want to, and like down there's people missing, like, you know what I mean, like your boss might be gone, like, you know, like the intern that got that's tired of the boss yelling at them went to go see about the boss that night, right? You know what I mean, like, and then like when you get to work and ain't no boss, like
Susie was like, well, I told you I ain't like him.
Oh, man, you're absolutely right there. I mean, the day after the purge, that's the story to tell.
Oh yeah,
that's what I want to know, and I hope that it's some of that. Like, I want to know what the rest of these how the rest of these people's lives go.
Right,
but the show itself, how do you tell? Like 10 episodes that only take place in one night,
right?
How 24 style?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, round robin carousel.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm interested in that kind of, because you just know what the show is going to be. It's just nothing but violence,
right?
Literally, the whole episode,
right? But we're Americans. We have no problems with violence. We have problems.
We have problem with sex. Yeah, the more thing.
Yeah, of course.
So okay, guys. So the couple other things I've been watching is, again, I've still been on that All American on CW. Man, that's really good. Like I said, it has Tay Diggs, and that's a good show.
Is that show actually on TV or is it just on the app? Because like I ain't never seen
commercial for it.
I ain't never seen the commercial for it except for when I'm on the app, bro.
No, it's legitimately on TV. I think it's Tuesdays or Wednesdays at 8 Central, one of those 2 days. And then
but that's getting canceled. So like I ain't even gonna rush.
Yeah,
ain't no rush.
And then finally, man, I was watching. I think I was watching CBS the other day, and this show, this commercial, I think it was YouTube, came on, and you know, normally you could skip the commercials. I watched all 2.5 minutes of this commercial.
I got premium on YouTube.
It's called No Activity on CBS All-Access. It's going live on Thanksgiving, and it has what's the black dude who used to be on Saturday Night Live, Ladies Man, him.
Okay.
It has him in there. It has a
fish sandwich.
Yeah, it has a ton of really good actors and actresses, like comedians and stuff in there, and comedians in there. And it is like a little mini series, and it's only on CBS All Access, but it looks stinking hilarious, dog. Like,
so is it gonna die like the Star Trek one? That's the one where the Star Trek, the new Star Trek was on, and ain't nobody really watch it.
Yeah, well,
Discovery.
This is meant for just a little short window run, and it involves him and his partner, because they're a cop and they're like on the take, but people are like investigating them for being crooked cops, and so it's a comedy, and it looks hilarious. So look up No Activity, CBS All Access, and see if you can look at that trailer, because it ran on YouTube, and that thing is freaking hilarious.
The chick from Glow playing that too.
Yes, so many people.
And from Mr. Robot.
There's so many people in there. They literally ran down a list of like 12 actors and actresses that are just like hilarious. So, but that's really
Mr. Robot is another show that I don't know if I want to watch another season.
Okay, I heard you. I don't know. I never watched it, so I can't call that one. But
it's Mr. Robot. The seasons that I've seen have been really good, but I don't know if I can take any more of that.
I don't know. I can't judge yet because I ain't there yet. But I tell you what, I can judge on this show being over. So my man Sean, get your shout out there, man. You got any shout outs you wanna throw out there?
You know what? I just want to shout out to everybody who contributed to my Extra Life this year. It was an amazing year. 2,900 raised so far. In fact, I had another 100 come in today. So, you know what? I've still got a bunch of games to give away. So if you want to,
I need to donate to get some games.
Yeah, there's still some games there. So it's like $10 a game. Hey, you can't beat that, right? It's Black Friday already.
Yeah, look, y'all. I think
I gotta be black. No kidding.
You silly. I think I spent a total of about $40, and I got Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Shadow of the Tomb Raider on PC from Sean.
Yeah,
they are stinking phenomenal games, man. So,
so I've still got some left, and it's been a phenomenal year. So, you know what? Huge shout out to everyone who's contributed. It's fantastic. I love doing this every year.
Right.
You know, it'd be pretty amazing if I raised $100 more. I got $3,000 this year, and I'd be holy crap. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's really, really good, man. And so I made up my mind. I'll just support because I went ahead and donated because I'm raising stuff for Meef's hospital this year. But next year I'm just gonna, because since I said I was gonna like play and support your hospital, I'll just give you the money and support your hospital that way, because then it's easier for everyone.
That's awesome too. You know what? Of all the things I've got to give away, I have a Hitman 2 Gold.
Yeah, I saw that.
Xbox One.
That's crazy, dude.
That's huge. I mean,
because that is
somebody
Hitman 1, right? Doesn't that include? Is that the one that includes Hitman 1? Is that
what? Yes, it includes all the levels from Hitman 1, the remastered, basically. You know,
that's crazy.
So, get on it.
Yeah,
get on it.
Get out there, support them, man.
Bit.ly/extra Sean.
Bit.ly/extra Sean. Yeah, y'all get out there and support him, man. So, all right.
That's all like you tell. That's like something you tell your wife. You gonna get extra Sean.
That's right. Get some extra Sean. Woo!
I took one of them pills, girl. You gonna get extra Sean.
And so we've been checking out OG Nexus. Check out Shine. Yeah, check him out. He does good work, man. And Mike, shout outs.
Man, shout out to the people, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all. Samson Simpson, tuck your teeth in.
He was loving that, dog.
No, he said that to me on Twitter, and I was like, seriously? And then he was like, oh no, I was just joking. I was like, no, that's a seriously with an exclamation point, not a question mark.
That's good, man.
So shout out to the people, man. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to the Prophet for coming to hang out with your boys.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate it, man. It's been a while since we've seen and heard from you, man. So shout outs to Mark, Prophet for dropping in. Shout outs to Simpson and Keith for also joining us live. Shout outs to Sean for joining us live, man. We really appreciate it. Trying to get this whole family of podcasts together in this thing, man. It
was fun. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, man. Anytime, dog. Next time we might want to get that dude who presses buttons on as well. You know,
the guy who the button presser himself, Mr. Tico.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
But also mad shout outs to dang, I had it. Well, first of all, before I forget it, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. The next time you see and hear from us, it'll be past Thanksgiving. So I truly hope you take the day and reflect on what you're thankful for. Because I mean, there's a lot going wrong in this world, but then also if you just look around and open your eyeballs, there are a lot of things to be grateful for and thankful for. So definitely want to say that. And
I ain't baking nothing.
He ain't baking nothing. There was one other shout out. I'm gonna give a shout out to my dude Darren. Darren used to listen to the show. I used to talk about him all the time. He's even dropped in on a couple of live feeds. But Darren said he got a job in Colorado. We had his farewell party on Friday. Man, we had a fantastic time. He and his wife were there and everything, and it was good times. It's a sad occasion because he's kind of leaving, but it's a good time. So I wish him good luck. And hope he enjoys everything, because I'm real envious. Like the dude, he bikes and he's literally gonna have his wife drive him to work every day in Colorado when it's warm, and he's gonna ride his bike home, which is like 30 miles from the house. It's a great ride, and like his entire house, like just where he's at, is beautiful. He's gonna go to Boulder. He's gonna live in Boulder. Like it's just ridiculous.
And he can smoke weed, bro. He can smoke weed.
Yeah, you can do that here in Ontario now too.
Yeah, exactly. You can do that. You can do that now as well. So
no, you can't do that in Virginia.
Well, it's not legal. But everybody, thank you so much for listening to and or watching Facetious episode 148. Again, many thanks to Sean. Go out, support his extra life, and or you can support me or do a little bit of both. I mean, you can do $5 here, $10 there. Give him at least 10 so you qualify to win the game.
So I got games to give you. So
I'm gonna do. Yeah, I might do that in like $10 increments. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
just put different names. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's, you know what? If you want more than one game, just donate $10 for each one you want.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's cool, man. Like he does a really good thing. But everybody, we will. I think next week we'll be back. Mike, we gonna be back next week?
Yeah, there's no reason why I wouldn't.
Okay, so next week we'll be back in your ears, in front of your eyeballs again. But hey, thank you all for listening. Remember to leave us a review if you can. Please share this with your friends, your family, and listen to it. Just remember, sometimes you got to put on the explicit tag because we do have Scarfinger here. So sometimes that is required.
Hey, I didn't cuss. I may have dropped one N-bomb. I dropped one N-bomb.
Couple, but it's okay.
No, I only officially dropped one N-bomb.
Okay, but everybody, hey, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
All right.